With over 1,200 plus entertainment industry guests and almost 6 million viewers, live from the Pepper J Production Studios in Hollywood, California, it's the ActorsE Chat Show.
Hi, you're watching ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Joshua Thrower. And today's guest is a phenomenal actor, coach, mentor to many young actors, including myself, and recent father, Jonathon Trent. Hey! Jonathon Trent, a.k.a. Young Leo, according to the producer.
Just the beard.
Yeah, rocking the Leo look. Yeah. So, Jay Trent. Well, I did mention children, recent father, so that's the first thing I think we should throw out there. Let's talk about the kids.
Yeah. I have a 6-year-old stepson, and I've had him for a few years, and just gave birth to a beautiful baby boy in September.
Wow, 2 boys. Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I know, right?
Nice. All right, well, as all good stories, let's start in the beginning. Oh, hey, there he is. Is that the stepson?
No, that's definitely not the stepson. Okay. He's a little older than 6.
Guys.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, man. So, like I was saying, in the beginning, so Jay Trent, short nickname for Jonathon Trent.
Jay Trent, yeah.
There we go. Let's talk about your humble beginnings.
Well, I was born and raised here in Los Angeles. I was born in Van Nuys. And grew up in the Valley, which is a great place to grow up. And when I was 10, we moved to Malibu, which was also a really nice place to grow up. Went to high school out there, was kind of just your kind of normal jockish high school kid. Played football, I wrestled, I played basketball and tennis, I surfed. And then towards the end of high school, I got into acting, which was interesting. Yeah. And somehow I got the bug and kept going, and 12 years later, here I am today.
Wow. That's crazy. A lot of people in Los Angeles, everyone, it seems Los Angeles is mainly transplants, people moving from other countries, cities, states, coming here. And I know, like, it's really rare to find locals. It's a weird thing. There's millions of people here, but it's rare to find locals. But they're around, including one of course, is Pepper J, the producer.
I'm a local yokel.
All right.
So what's it, now there's a big stigma, people, since you were born and raised in Los Angeles, so close to the film industry, was there like a weird stigma, or weird thing when you told your parents, like, I want to be an actor? Because what is that like growing up in this industry? Because it's so oddly fantasized if you're anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, well, I think the interesting thing is that the industry, even though you're from here, the industry is not necessarily a part of people that live here. I mean, it's a part of the life if your parents or your family is in the industry, but it's not necessarily a part of your life if you're not in the industry. So the industry was never a part of my life growing up as a child. It wasn't until I kind of got into the acting in high school that the idea kind of came into my mind of like, oh, I could do acting and I can be here in LA, stay at home, and continue to do that.
Oh, okay. And what was it in high school? Was it a drama class or?
So a friend on the football team said, hey, you had to do an art requirement, a year or 2 of art.
That's how they get you.
And a friend of on my football team said, hey, why don't we do drama? And I was like, no, I'm not doing drama. He's like, come on, it'll be super easy. We can get an A. It's going to be a breeze. And so I finally agreed to do it. And the first 2 weeks, I was just a complete ass. I was, disrespectful to the teacher. I didn't want to be there. I had a poor attitude. And after about a month, of getting up and like doing scenes and running lines and playing around with characters, I caught the bug. And ever since then, it's been like all about acting.
Wow, that's incredible. Just because, so that's pretty cool that the schools are making you do an art credit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how they get you, because a lot of people I know, including myself, kind of caught the bug in high school because of a class like that.
Right.
So now, you're in high school. You've decided to become an actor. What was the next step?
Well, the biggest step in the process for me was I went to Malibu High, so take that with a grain of salt. We had a football team. It wasn't very good. And I was the quarterback of my junior year, and I was going into my senior year, and I was going to be the quarterback for my senior year of football. And the kind of teacher / director of the theater program said, hey, we're doing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for the fall play. I know you have football, so think about it.
Pick one.
And, well, at first I tried to do both, quarterback and lead in the play. And that didn't work out too well. And so pretty much the coach and the director had a meeting and said, you got to choose one. And I felt like, there wasn't going to be a whole lot of potential coming out of my senior year of high school playing football.
Yeah.
It's not like I was getting recruited by Notre Dame or anything. So I chose to do the play. And that was the big kind of step for me to make that more of like an important thing in my life and kind of the beginning of a career choice.
Yeah. Wow. It's very cool. When you say Malibu High School, I think of like just the coolest school like ever. Just like all cool jocks and cheerleaders and like the stereotypical nerds. Kind of like how most people depict American high schools. But yeah, that's so funny. You were the quarterback, huh?
Yeah.
Quarterback Trent. That's cool. Okay, so now you've picked a play. You've established that like, this is what I want to do. I mean, the toughest part was moving to LA for most people. So you've already got that part down. Then were you just like, all right, what did you do? Did you like workshops? How did you get an agent?
Yeah. Well, a girl transferred into my school. Her name was J. Ray, and she was from Colorado, and she was an actress. And she was taking classes in Hollywood, professional acting classes, and we became friends. And she said, hey, do you want to come with me to my acting class? And I said, yeah. And I went, and I was scared stupid. I don't know if we can cuss on this program, so I'll just say stupid. Scared stupid, and shaking in the seat. And I stuck it out. I stayed there for a few years, and that acting coach was a manager, and she finally took me on as a client. She got me my first agent, and I stayed with her for a good long while. And that was kind of how I became an actual actor.
Did the hustle and grind, and a lot of and like for working actors such as yourself and like established good actors, there's this whole beginning period that no matter who you are when you move to LA, it's like very overlooked. Even when they talk like articles about Brad Pitt, they're like the most they'll talk about is maybe his first credit, like his first like Thelma and Louise, which was Brad Pitt's first big thing. But no one really talks about those hustles and years. Like, how many years would you say till you get your first like TV credit?
Gosh, well, let's see. That was after graduating high school. I went to Cal State Northridge for a year. I studied theater. That was a joke. I failed out. And that was when I was starting to audition. And during that first year, I got my first, role, which was Delusion, a short film. And there's a picture of it right there.
There it is.
And it was a Fox Search Lab film, which was a sector of like Searchlight that was for up-and-coming directors. And so this young guy, Mark Marchillo, wrote and directed this thing, and that was my first break there.
Wow.
And then from that, I think it was maybe like a year or so into that where I started booking more things, TV shows.
Yeah. There's that hustle in the beginning. So what was what tell us about this?
Smile. Yeah, so that there's a lot of irony with this film. Really, really amazing film about Doctor's Gift or Doctor's. It's a group of doctors that go to different countries and perform operations on children with cleft palates and kind of facial deformities. And so a writer-director from Malibu produced, wrote, directed this film, and it was actually about a real-life experience that his daughter had. She was a high school student who traveled with that organization and had, kind of went along with this operation and had a really fulfilling experience. So the guy wrote Jeff Kramer, there he is right there.
Jeff Kramer.
Yeah, Jeffrey Kramer. He wrote and directed a film about it. And the irony is that I actually went to school with his daughter. She was a year below me, so we were good friends. So I get this audition. I have no idea what it's for, or any of the ties that are there. And lo and behold, I booked this film and go on this really incredible journey. And that was the first big film that I had with a big kind of part.
Yeah, tell us about your part.
My character's name was Ted, and he was kind of this like poetic, lone, artsy kind of guy. And he ends up going along with the girl that plays the daughter to China. And so we actually went to China and shot part of the film in China.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
And yeah, it was. It was a really, really amazing experience. And yeah, it was a good family film.
Now, never been to China, but I do know it's a lot tougher. Like, what was it like over there? Like getting in, and then like, were you good, bad areas?
Well, no, at that time, it was pretty easy to get into China. You know, I mean, considerably, I guess.
Yeah.
China, I had a great experience in China. I thought the people in China were really, really nice. We were down in Shanghai, which I guess is the people in Shanghai are a little bit nicer than the people in Beijing. But very nice people. The food was horrible. I went out a few times by myself and tried to like taste these exotic dishes. I had no idea what I was eating. I kind of just had to like point and choose at everything on the menu, and I'm sure I ate things that I don't want to think about.
That's fish balls. Yeah,
that's something more than that too. But the country is beautiful. The city is great. I couldn't say enough good things about the country of China.
That's so much fun. That's got to be kind of a dream come true to travel overseas to shoot a film. So you've booked this. What was next? What was the next thing that came up?
Gosh, well, I did this Pray for Morning, which was a kind of a horror film.
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah, and I played Jesse, who was this really obsessed student, obsessed with the story of these high school kids that went missing in this hotel. And so I round up a group of high school kids, these guys right here, and we go searching for clues to kind of uncover the mystery of this, and then we end up getting wrapped up in the horror aspect. That's Udo Kier right there.
That's you in the chair?
Yeah, that's me in the chair on the right.
Yeah, looking good.
And Udo Kier, who was a really, really awesome and intense actor to work with.
Oh, wow.
And he played the villain, the demon in this film.
So at this point, how old were you when you were doing this?
20, probably 19 or 20.
So you're just a couple years out of high school.
Yeah.
So you've only been in this game for a couple.
Udo Kier again.
Udo Kier, look at those eyes.
Oh, he's great. I mean, what a fantastic character actor. Ace Ventura. Blade.
Yeah.
What's the one that I'm thinking of? Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix.
Oh, River Phoenix.
Help
I
me
know
out,
it.
please.
Oh, I haven't seen it. All right, but we'll come back. We're gonna research it when we come back. You are watching ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Joshua Thrower. We'll be right back after a word from one of our sponsors.
Over her long career, Nina Foch appeared in classic films such as Spartacus, The Ten Commandments, and An American in Paris. She received an Academy Award nomination for her performance in Robert Wise's Executive Suite. In 1965, Nina Foch arrived here at USC to begin teaching directing, and I was lucky enough to get into one of her first classes. Even as she continued acting in film and television, Nina's passion for teaching lasted for over 40 years. Her course was immensely popular because she developed her own unique style, drawing on her experiences studying with Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, and Uta Hagen, and being directed by such icons as Vincent Minnelli, Stanley Kubrick, Cecil B. DeMille, and Otto Preminger. As I began directing, the tremendous value of her teachings became evident and how important it was to preserve them for future generations. We became close friends, and at a cinema department event, we ran into my former classmate George Lucas, who invited us up to Skywalker Ranch, where we discussed creating a DVD of her course. He agreed to finance it, and on January 10th, 2002, we began taping an entire semester using a crew of USC film students. We filmed for 8 hours a week for 15 weeks, and this is the result.
Okay, so what are we going to do this semester?
Hi, we're back at ActorsE Chat Show. Visit our sister website, Actors Reporter. All kinds of great discount links and all kinds of things. Oh yeah, press the discount link. There's all kinds of things on there like how to become an interviewer or how to be interviewed. Got lots of awesome things like Nina Foch acting programs, photo labs, children in film. So come on down, click a link, get a discount when you use ActorsE Chat. So now we're back with young Leo, Jonathon Trent. Okay, so when we left you with a bit of a cliffhanger, I don't know if you at home had gotten it, but drum roll. The movie was
My Own Private Idaho.
My Own Private Idaho. Yeah, and there it is right there. River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves.
And Udo Kier.
Udo Kier. Oh yeah, because that's why we got in it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but it's like on my list, and you've seen it in.
Great film. I mean, Gus Van Sant makes like really weird, interesting films. Some of them miss, some of them hit. That one definitely hit. It launched Keanu Reeves' career, it launched River Phoenix's career, and a really, really interesting story about two kind of grifters who become hustlers, and
Yeah. And you having a crazy, just knowledge of movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so. There's Gus Van Sant right there.
Gus Van Sant.
Yeah.
He looks like he's intense and makes crazy things.
Yeah, a lot of good film. He made the one about Kurt Cobain, Last Days.
Really? Yeah. This guy, he's a walking IMDb pro.
Sort of, not comparatively to David Del Rio, but a little less. But.
David Del Rio, that's right. I interviewed, if you guys remember, interviewing David Del Rio. We actually all three know each other. Me and David take Jonathon's acting class, which we'll talk about later on.
And I take David's acting class
and
as well.
David's acting class as well. So we all kind of like learn from. I don't teach because I'm not on that level.
But pretty soon, maybe we'll be taking your acting class.
It's gonna be a weird class. It'll be a weird class. Hey, there it is, David Del Rio, the man.
Yep.
All right, so I gave him kind of like a test last time of his movie knowledge. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to think of one, but by the end of the show, I'm gonna come up with some type of good question.
I'm looking forward to that challenge.
So to challenge you. So all right, where we left off, we were talking about Smile.
Pray for Morning.
Pray for Morning.
Pray for Morning.
Pray for Morning.
Yeah, and then came, a series of really, really interesting films that I did. Love is the Drug, which ended up changing titles to Addicted to Her Love.
Oh.
But I'm really good friends with this director. His name's Elliot Lester.
And the director of Cape Fear, correct?
No, the writer.
Oh,
the writer of Cape Fear, Wesley Strick. And so, really, really interesting film about high school kids, privileged, and then one, is kind of trying to fit in. There's Wesley Strick right there. Great guy, really good writer. And so. Yeah, the premise of the story is that my character is dating this the hottest girl in the school.
Yeah.
And there's a kid who's a little dorky, a little not quite there, and he ends up becoming friends with us because he works at a pharmacy and he can supply us with all the different kinds of drugs that we want to get. And I end up overdosing and dying, and he ends up kind of trying to make a move on her. And it ends with a big, thrilling, I'm not going to say, but really cool, interesting film that dives way more deeply into the, Lizzie Kaplan was the lead girl. You know her from Masters of Sex, is that what it's called?
Oh!
And she's in the new Franco, Seth Rogen film.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't she in Seven Psychopaths?
No.
I'm thinking of the girl who was the Bond girl, correct?
Yes,
yeah.
Olga Kurylenko.
Oh, yeah.
Lizzie
Both
was
really
also
pretty.
in Mean Girls, which is kind of where she got her big start. She was the gothy one. She's a really great actress.
That's right.
Really, really good actress.
Super pretty. Like, if you're watching... old J-Thro gives you the wink.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And
So-
and the guy who wrote it, he wrote for... De Niro got an Oscar from that writing.
Yeah, well...
So it's good.
Yeah. I'm confused because I know that Wesley came in and wrote the final draft that we ended up writing. I'm pretty sure he was the one that wrote Cape Fear, but there was a couple writers.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I hope I'm not getting that
It
wrong.
was on the title page of the thing, so they may have been juicing that. But that's incredible.
Here's another one, Boy Culture, which was another very interesting film that I was able to be a part of. It was about a gay hustler up in Seattle, and he had two roommates, myself being one of them, and that's me right there. I played kind of a very over-the-top, flamboyant, flirty,
Yep. Oh, I've seen the movie. Yeah.
I show my ass a couple times in the film.
Yep.
Here's a clip from it right now. This is them having a conversation. So they're in love, and I'm kind of like the baby in the group.
That's you?
That's me, Joey, right there.
Yeah. Absolutely, just
There's-
not at all him. It's crazy. I saw the movie. Yeah, not at all him. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good acting.
Thank you. Yeah, fun movie to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So by the time that came out, how old are you?
I still under 21 because I remember
Really?
going to a couple of the bars up in Seattle and using a fake ID to get in, which I don't promote.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's
that's one of those shots.
It's on there. You've got a movie star butt. Now
Yeah.
we all know. I think that's the first butt we've seen on the show.
Wow.
Congratulations, Jonathon
Awesome.
Trent.
Yeah.
First booty.
To my family, thank you for watching.
To butts. To butts everywhere, everybody.
All right.
Butts everywhere. That's a good one. Oh, cool.
TV appearances as well. The
All
OC, Cold Case, CSI, New York, 90210. And those were like the guest star roles and the recurrings that actors sometimes luck out and get, which, I always feel fortunate when I book a role because every time I'm done, I'm back to unemployed. And every time I'm unemployed, I think, oh, that could be the end of it.
They say it's a compliment. It's a good thing to be able to collect unemployment as an actor. So, we have a question.
Yes, I want to welcome all of our chatters to ActorsE Chat. We're here live from Hollywood, California, Monday through Friday. And Jonathon, we have a question from Florida, and that is, any advice for actors going on as a guest star? You're really going on to a family.
Yes.
Something that's already established.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great question, and it's tough. The good thing about being a guest star is that the regulars pretty much just have their routine, their rhythm, and they go in and they do their thing and then they go home. And usually the writers aren't writing them like the fun, juicy parts. So guest star roles usually get like, you get to be the killer, or you get to be the obsessed lover who's the red herring, whatnot. And when you go in and you're actually shooting, it's intimidating because you're the visitor on a set with a family, and these people work together day in and day out for months on end, and it could be years that they've been doing their show. And the best thing to do is just be friendly and be cordial and try and find the people that are willing to connect and open up to you, because those people are out there. Some of the actors, after a period of time, they'll end up kind of just closing off and doing their thing, and they don't really care too much about investing in the day players, the guest stars, the recurrings that come in. But you'll find a lot of actors that are really warm and welcoming, and hey, like, come onto this set and enjoy, have fun, use your creativity, and let's explore. And that's what you're looking for. So kind of keep a sharp eye for those actors on there. And it's not necessarily just actors too. It could be the crew, the directors, assistants, and the ADs, whoever.
Okay. There's some CSI New York.
Yeah.
And we have a question because they wanted to know, were you able to work with
Lieutenant Dan.
Garrett,
Lieutenant Dan, yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
No, I was not, unfortunately. I didn't work with Gary Sinise, although I wish I did. But I still had a lot of fun. It was a really nice, good set.
Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. He has actually his own charity for wounded vets, if I'm not incorrect. And he has a band, and they go and they play. It's really cool. I have a lot of respect for Gary Sinise. I don't know why. He plays such a jerk in Forrest Gump, but he's just, from everything I hear about him, especially
because he
because
wasn't a jerk in Forrest Gump. He was
a sad man. He was sad.
Okay.
You're right.
He was sad. He wasn't a jerk.
He sympathized. He's an actor. He just sympathizes with everyone. But yeah. I mean, I was on the set of. I've been on set. I've seen set, and like everyone says, he's just the nicest guy. There he is
Gary
right there.
Sinise Foundation.
Gary Sinise Foundation. Such a cool guy. He is.
And a great actor.
And a great actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so good. I didn't know he had actual legs. Like, I was just surprised. In real life, I was like, wow, he's so method.
I believe that, actually. He cut his legs off.
Because he's so committed. Hey!
Transformers, Revenge
Robots
of the Fallen.
in disguise.
Yeah. Another really, really fun role in a huge film, which was my first really big film. So it was a really fun, interesting experience to be like a part of like the big Hollywood machine. I played Fastbinder, who was a hacker. There he is right there. And so basically when Shia goes to college, and I'll tell you the full story. Shia goes to college and meets the roommates that he goes on the journey with.
Yeah.
And we all auditioned for that role. And I can't remember the name of the actor. Please bring him up if you can. There's Shia right there. Shia in his days before he grew a beard and became really method too.
Oh, yeah, super method.
But
meth. You know,
he
okay,
puts the meth in method.
He puts the meth in method. Okay.
No.
I'm
You know
kidding,
what?
kidding,
His
kidding.
antics, whatever they might be, he's breaking the mold and doing great work.
I
So
would say
you
right now,
can't really deny what he's doing right now.
all this stuff going on right now, I've been hearing he's very ahead on. He knows what he's doing.
That's Josh Duhamel, and that's not the character that I'm talking about.
He's one of the roommates.
Leo?
Leo, okay, we're gonna
He's
find
one
out.
of the
Yeah.
roommates.
Oh, Ramon Rodriguez.
Yes, thank you so much,
Ramon.
Ramon Rodriguez. So we all auditioned for this role, played by Ramon Rodriguez.
Yep.
Great actor. And basically, Mike
There he is.
said, "You did, Jonathan did good. We're going a different way, but we like him so much, we'll write him a role in the film." And so that was
Oh,
really nice of
wow.
them to do. Me and the other guy who played the other hacker guy,
Yeah.
he wrote us both these roles, and we kind of created this little segment where Shai goes to college and meets Ramon, Leo. There's Michael Bay right there. Hopefully I'm not pulling a Michael
He's the
Bay.
director?
Yeah, he's the writer-director. I'm sorry, he didn't write it. He's the director of the whole Transformers franchise. So they created this little part. Shai goes to college, meets the roommate, meets us. We're the hacker buddies that are in Leo's corner.
That's a really funny scene. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My family has watched. Oh my gosh, they watched that movie so many. I don't know how kids watch movies over and over. Do your kids do that?
Yeah, of course.
They start watch the same movie over and over. And I'm an actor, and I'm like, I wish I had that kind of like ability. But yes, I've seen that scene many a times. Very funny every time I see it.
Yeah.
So, what I would love. Tell us about this.
Text, another indie film. We shot that in Colorado. A very cold winter in Colorado. And a good friend of mine directed that film. And there's another shot right there. I played Derek, who is the villain in this kind of conspiracy of, basically texting gone crazy.
Wow.
So using text messaging and phones to create this kind of elaborate. There's Brian McCauley right there.
He's the director.
Yeah, he directed Text. And also an acting coach out there in Denver, Colorado. So if you're in the
really?
Denver area, look him up because he's a very good acting coach.
Yeah, right on. So that's very cool. Tell us the big difference going back to Transformers. So you went from sets of you did small
$200,000,
indies.
$100,000,
Yeah.
yes.
Tell us any insider secrets and differences between working on the big Hollywood machine and doing indies, and the third section being day player on an established TV show.
Yeah, I guess, it's kind of what you would expect it to be. Working in indie films where there's no budget, it's so much more about the heart and the passion of what you're doing because you're doing it for no money. I did a film where I played a homeless kid. It was a $100,000 film. It's called Making Change. It never saw the light of day. We shot in Venice. We didn't have a trailer. Catering was like McDonald's, and that's an over-exaggeration, but essentially the rest of that's true. We did not have trailers. We just sat outside and continued working on this film.
Mm-hmm.
And that we all loved working the way that we were working because we believed in the story. We believed in what we were creating. There's a picture of it right there, Making Change.
Cool.
When you're working on a big Hollywood film like Transformers 2, it's not that the heart's not there because people still are pouring their hearts into it. They're still believing just as much. But,
There's a lot more money on the
there's a lot more money on the line. And I think there's more time spent, there's more luxury taken, which is not a bad thing at all. But it's really interesting to see, just the production value that you're able to have.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, even though I love indie films, the goal is to always do films where you have the ability to do so much more.
Yeah. And then, So what's it like on set wise? It's basically, do you feel like the same heart and vibe and soul on set?
No, I think it's a little bit more segregated. Pretty much when you're working on an indie film, you're all in it together. And when you're working on a big film like Transformers 2, you get done with your thing, and then they shoot you right back to like where you're supposed to be staying, and stay right there.
Yeah.
And then you're back on set. Okay, you're done.
Yeah.
And it's more of like just moving the chess pieces around.
And there's more unions involved, and when unions are involved, which unions are a great thing, but when they're involved, you can't step on toes. You know what I mean? So you don't want too many people working on the. So you are watching ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Joshua Thrower. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
The great thing about NNow Media is a one-stop shop. We are soup to nuts. We have writers, directors, producers, animators, motion graphics artists, editors, videographers, musicians, all under one roof. And we are a boutique creative house where we actually do the creative at much more affordable price and have the staff in-house to execute it professionally. My name is John Palacio.
My name is Luz Montez.
My name is Paul Robinson.
I am Jesse Cervantes.
I'm Curtis Peel.
My name is Ben Joran.
One of the most common questions we have from potential clients is, how does it work? What happens when you engage NNow Media to create a video, a marketing campaign?
It first starts with, obviously having the phone conversation with the client. Brainstorm with them to come up with a really good concept and a really good idea to push whatever they're trying to do to the next level.
Only with that in mind can we really try to tailor a concept and a script for their exact audience that fits in with their branding and the message they want to tell.
We'll storyboard it out, get a real rough idea of what we want to do.
We'll then present the client with a couple of options, different ways that we could go with some of the things that we've come up with.
And they'll say this is good, and then we'll come back and we'll start animating that or designing it or editing it.
Our clients are generally, like to be really hands-on, and we'd like to hear from you kind of all along the board. There's no surprises.
What we like to do with every partner is we actually create a page on the NNow website.
So they can give feedback, and that way when the time we get to the final product, usually there's not a whole lot more revisions to do because we've already been working together the whole time.
The big difference is that real personal creative touch.
We have a creative group that can execute that vision, whether it's animation, video, motion graphics, and do so with some unique creative that is custom tailored to that business.
Dream it up. It's video. It's magic. It can happen.
Hey, welcome back to ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Joshua Thrower, and this is the awesome, talented Jonathon Trent.
Hello.
So, let's get back into some of these credits you were doing. We're like midway through your career, you're pumping them out, you're working hard. What was the next one?
Well, we got Fluebird Horror right here, which was a sci-fi film shot in Romania. Another great experience getting to travel to a far-off country. Shot there. It's funny, the Americans all like, they shot and then they came right back home. And I was like, you guys are crazy. We have the opportunity. We're halfway across the world.
Is that your
Let's
eye?
go explore it. No, it's not. Although I do die in the film. It was a lot of fun.
Ooh, spoiler.
Big explosions. I know. Sorry. A fun film. Sci-fi, action, thriller.
Huge
horror.
market for that.
Yeah, there is. And they pump out a lot of films in Romania. Romania's got a really good film department. They got a couple of studios there.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I like Romanian film.
I never knew that. Romania.
Yeah, beautiful.
There's woods.
Yeah, a great city. And then
Who's that guy?
It's actually the guy. He was in one of the Survivor. Was he on Survivor?
The reality show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was his
cool.
first film, and then he ended up doing Survivor. I didn't follow it, so I
yeah,
know he's on it.
My aunt was huge about that stuff. Survivor's been on for like 20 years
Don't
now.
watch reality TV. Yeah, these are shots from actually my Facebook page on in Romania, in the city of Bucharest.
Ooh.
And I mean, what a trippy city. There's like 100,000 stray dogs that are going just wild. And I got bit by one. Like,
Whoa.
people get bit by these stray dogs all the time. It's
They're
a
not friendly?
very intense. They're not friendly, no.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because when you said that, the first thing I thought of was just like a herd of like little dogs just like tackling me and licking me, and I was like, oh, Romania is the best country ever.
More like rabid dogs
Oh.
that are fighting and scrounging to get any kind of food.
Okay,
they
that
can.
sucks. I might not go to Romania anytime soon then.
Oh no, you should. It's a great place.
Yeah,
Great city.
I haven't spent much time in Europe, but I definitely haven't gone that far over. That's cool. Wow. Now you've gone to China and Romania. You've just about you're pretty close. The circle in the world, aren't you? You still got
I got a lot
you
of
got
places
a lot more to go, but
yeah.
that's still really cool. As an
Read
actor,
like a dog right there. There you go.
there's a dog butt. No, 2 butts. 2 butts on the show now. We should keep a little count on the side of how
There
many
we
butts
go.
we've seen.
How many can we get to by the end of the show?
Yes, we have a chatter question for Toronto. First of all, she says, or he says, I don't know which one, you have a really cute butt.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
And
Told you.
The other thing is, you're booking all these things. Do you have any audition tips for the people out in the world?
Yeah, sure. Good question. Auditioning is a horrible representation to showcase an actor's talent. You're going into a cold room, usually an office building, where you're supposed to recreate a moment that would require everything that you have on a set to accomplish. And you're doing that with someone that's not an actor usually, or if they are, whatever they're giving you, they might have been an actor at some point in time. They might be a reader, but still, you don't know them. You haven't connected with them. You haven't read with them. And so it's a very tough thing to accomplish. And there are a lot of really great actors that can audition, and a lot of really good auditioners that aren't the best actors. But if I can give one bit of advice, because I've been through so many auditions, is just trust the process. Just let go, because you don't have control. Get in there, connect with the reader as much as you can, give them all of your attention, all of your energy, and let them create it in you. If you're supposed to be in love and they can't look at you because they're down on the page like this, they're so shy. They're so shy, they can't look you in the eye. Oh my God, how much do you love when someone can't look at you in the eye because they're so shy? Things like that. You can still create a whole moment with whatever they're giving you.
That you create what you want from them, from what they're doing. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, another question?
Yeah, we have a chatter question from Las Vegas. They'd like to know, what was it like being on Beverly Hills 90210?
A fun show, a very, very fun show. I got to play a lot with the character Naomi, Anna Lynn McCord, who I actually worked with prior to 90210, although I can't remember what. But a really, really, really sweet actress. A little, she's kind of kooky. She's a little crazy.
That's the best, though.
Yeah. She's not just like your typical bombshell blonde. She's got a lot of other stuff cooking. And a very nice set, fun set. Yeah, there she is right there. Yeah, she's a knockout. We got to play around a lot. I actually got to do kind of like a comedic thing on the show. I played a character who was in college, and my mom was the dean of the college that she wanted to get into, and her grades weren't adequate enough to get her into this college, so she pretended to like the same things that I liked to kind of woo me so that she can get close to my mom. My roommate on the show happened to be the hunky guy that she was actually interested in, so there was this weird little love triangle that happened. But I got to play this weird kind of kooky recycling green environmentalist. And a lot of fun.
That's funny. Even the nerds on 90210 are still hot. That's funny. Whoa, magazine. That's you.
That's me. Yeah, that was me a long time ago. About a boy, I was a boy. I don't feel like a boy anymore. But boy culture, I did that because of boy culture. And going back to boy culture really quickly, I hate to just kind of put it into one genre, but it was a gay film. And it was kind of really, really monumental in the gay community, because the gay cinema has a pretty horrible reputation of just being about, butts and not TNA, but butts and C's. And so this was a film that dived way deeper into a different avenue, of what it is to be in the gay community. and it made a pretty big impact, and it still continues to. So I'm really proud of being in that film, and that awarded me an opportunity to be on the cover of a magazine, which is great.
So tell us about Body of Proof.
Body of Proof.
And we have a question on that too.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, Nicholas Bishop, who was a guest on our show, is on Body of Proof. Did you happen to work with him on that day?
I don't think I did, no. I worked with, why am I so bad with names sometimes? A really, really good actor. One of the leads, male.
Jeffrey Arend?
No.
Wendell Middlebrooks?
No.
John Lynch?
Yeah. John Carroll Lynch.
Yes.
Thank you so much. John Carroll Lynch. Fantastic actor. What a great actor. And I was able to work with him on that show. Also, guest starring was, please help me out.
That's Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
right
John
there.
Carroll Lynch right there. Why am I forgetting her name?
I am not as resourceful as
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
No, that's what I'm doing right now. Nikes. In any case, great show. Really warm cast. John Carroll Lynch is an amazing actor to work with, and a lot of fun.
Wow. Tell us about the client list.
And yet another one of the guest star roles that I was able to get. And Jennifer Love Hewitt is amazing.
Every boy's like high school crush.
Can I tell you, she is the sweetest, most wonderful person that I've worked with. I can't say enough nice things about her. Super sweet. She made that set warm.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I got the massage from her with the little happy ending thing. Yeah.
I think in real life I was like, oh, wow.
No. In the show.
Do they pay you, or is that how they pay for the show?
They paid me. They paid me to get a massage by her, and she made that whole thing very comfortable, which is not very comfortable sometimes.
Yeah. It's a very and you seem to have experience with sexual scenes in movies. Can be very awkward.
Oh yeah, always.
And so would you say that a lot of it is trust and building an actual relationship and
absolutely, yeah,
assuring the other person that, hey, I'm not a creep.
Even though I am.
Question.
Yes, I think you should also have like a little, what do you call it, mint in your mouth before the scene.
Yeah, do a mint.
Yes,
You guys are doing any kissing scenes anytime soon? Be nice. Get a mint.
One of our chatters wants to know, Jonathan, tell us about your theory when it comes to coaching, because you're an acting coach.
Oh, great.
I am an acting coach, and I guess my general theory with coaching actors is to find the thing that you do, to embrace yourself, and put that into your work. I think as actors, we really get excited about playing things that are apart from us, and going after roles that aren't really who we are. But the more that we can kind of put ourselves into our work, the better off we are. And it's also about, breaking down a scene to see kind of what the writer's intention was. I mean, every scene that is in a film or a TV show was put there specifically and couldn't be taken out, because they usually write way more than what they need, and they pull out all the things that he's like, well, this doesn't work. We can't use this. So everything that's in there is what has to be there. And so find out what the writer's intention is for that specific scene, and then, apply.
Yeah. So you're saying be yourself. Very easy thing. But as early actors might ask, how do you find yourself? Oh, think of that question, because when we get back, we'll answer that question.
Okay.
You're watching ActorsE Chat Show. I'm your host, Joshua Thrower, and we'll be back after a word from one of our sponsors.
Have you been waiting for a simple and cost-effective alternative to ISDN? No need to wait any longer. Introducing IPDTL from InQuality. IPDTL is a revolutionary yet easy-to-use webpage which uses Chrome to stream audio to and from anywhere on Earth. Well, audio quality with IPDTL is equivalent to, yet far less expensive than ISDN, and with no connection charges. No proprietary hardware or software needed. Just download the Chrome browser and use it. To find out more and to get a free account for your station, go to ipdtl.com. IPDTL is perfect for radio stations and voice talent alike, and can work anywhere in the world. Well, anywhere with the internet, that is. It's here. Go to ipdtl.com and sign up today. IPDTL. The game changer you've been waiting for.
IPDTL is an amazing new technology. In fact, go right now to ipdtl.com/AE, and there you'll find out how you can get rid of your ISDN, how you can do live television broadcasts in full HD, and it's very cost effective. We've been using it for pioneering new technology with our broadcast out of Istanbul on ActorsE Chat. Go there right now.
Hey, welcome back to ActorsE Chat Show. Now, we left, I was in the midst of asking a question about how does one find himself? And that, as dumb as that sounds, really, like, we're all told to find ourselves, and, you know, the best way to lie, because that's what we're doing, we're lying, is to add as much truth as you can. So he's saying, you know, bring yourself to it. Add as much truth to the lie as you can. So where do you go? Where do you start to find yourself for early actors?
You start off in class, you know, and I'm not trying to promote my class by any means.
But take his class.
But no. But seriously, you start finding yourself in a class by experimentation, by trying things, by, you know, I have a lot of friends that were raised here in Los Angeles that are not actors, which is the irony, is that most people that are from here aren't in this business at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, every once in a while they'll be like, hey, give me that thing. Let me try this. And they'll read a scene, and it's like, yeah, it takes a lot of work to even be able to read lines that aren't coming from a natural conversation with any kind of naturalism. And I think that's where acting has been going for quite some time, is a naturalism. And in order to accomplish that, you need to really like hone who you are inside and be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just getting out there and doing it. All right, so we'll come back to talking about your class and your method and really awesome, interesting stuff. I wish we could have talked a lot more about it today. But I know you're also heavily into a charity.
Yeah.
Tell us about the charity.
My charity is called Friends of El Faro. And there's an orphanage down in Tijuana, Mexico called Casa Hogar Sion. This is a picture of the charity's website, Friends of El Faro. It was started by my acting coach and her husband, Lee Kilton Smith and Adam Smith. And they went down for one of Lee's birthdays, which is actually coming up on the 12th of December. So they went down to this orphanage that you see here for her birthday. She didn't want anything. She just read about this in a newspaper article in the Los Angeles Times.
Oh, there it is.
Went down there, and this orphanage did not look like this when they first went down there, which was like 10, 15 years ago.
Wow.
They had a trash can full of beans, a trash can full of rice, and that's how they were feeding their kids. They had over 100 kids that were orphans down in Tijuana, and that's how they were taking care of them.
Oliver Twist stuff, huh?
Yeah, and over the past 10, 15 years, they have created a wonderful site for them to live in. A great kitchen, running water, a huge refrigerator, and it's a wonderful place. I've been down there a lot to this orphanage, and it's a wonderful place. So if you can, anything that you can, friendsofelfaro.com or .org?
Probably .org, but I think we're gonna have
whatever it is, they'll pull it up right here. It is friendsofelfaro.com. Yeah, go to that and contribute.
That's just, kids, man, just kids. All right, so let's talk about how, now that we've known all the great things about you, let's learn about your websites. How can we stalk you?
Here's a picture of my IMDb website.
Internet Movie Database.
The Internet Movie Database, which is a great website if you want to find actors, directors, writers, producers, anyone that's involved in the entertainment industry and making films. Here's a picture of my Facebook. That's my dog right there, Huxley, and my wife.
He looks so happy.
he is a happy dog. There's a picture of my Twitter account, Jonathon_Trent. A picture of my son. And then there's YouTube. Right there's a picture of me surfing.
Oh, so there's with some videos we can see, and that's.
Oh, who's that handsome devil?
I don't know this. I think it's.
It's James Dean.
It's James Dean. That's my IMDb. This is my Facebook. I am a Florida Gators fan, and that is my Twitter.
Dapper.
Great. So we still got some time. Let's look at this.
Hi, I'm Alexis Nichols, one of your Actors Entertainment hosts. Here's a big hug and thank you for joining us on ActorsE Chat. We are now almost 6 million viewers and chatter strong from all over the world, and we really appreciate you. ActorsE Chat shoots live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Time from the Pepper J Production Studio below the Hollywood sign in Hollywood, California. Want to see all of today's episode or any other of our other episodes? Please visit ActorsEntertainment.com and put the talent's name in the search box. And go ahead and visit Actors Entertainment on IMDb.com. That's the Internet Movie Database to see more than 1,200 entertainment industry professionals who have been guests on ActorsE Chat. And social media is so important, so follow Actors Entertainment on Twitter. Our handle is at Actors Entertain. And join us on Facebook at Actors Entertainment fan page. And don't forget to like us. Those likes really help out. Stay tuned for our Actors Reporter animation, which won Best Animation at the Telly Awards. Great job in Now Media and Pepper J Productions, and terrific singing by Melissa Suzanne. And now, a special thank you to today's guest.
Hey, welcome back. So now we're in the last segment. The time is ticking. Let's
So
talk.
sad.
So sad. It's over. Let's
Good
let's talk
acting
about-
right there. That's very truthful.
Yeah, hey, he's my coach. Oh, yeah, I never talked about it. So he's actually my acting coach. So how can other people become your acting student? Sensei?
You know, my acting coach, who I have to give a shout out to, her name's Lee Kilton Smith, and she might be the best acting coach that you probably can't find, because there's a picture of her right
she's
there.
great. I study with her too, yeah.
When I say the best acting coach, I mean this lady has been on sets that you,
Oh, no.
I mean, when you hear her filmography of the sets that she's coached actors, like the big actors on, it's incredible. And every once in a while in class, she'll start talking about
Yeah.
a film that she worked on, and I'm like, you worked on that
Well,
film?
she doesn't publicize it. So every time you
Yes.
find out, it's like this thing. Like I was telling her once, I was like, "Oh, I just watched this. I just watched Memento with Christopher Nolan," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I was on that movie. I said I coached Christopher Guy Pearce." I was like, "You what?"
She coached Guy Pearce.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh, we have a question.
We have a couple of questions. Number one, do you answer your own Twitter and Facebook, Jonathan?
You know what? I'll get better at that, because you know, I haven't really been on like social media that much, as you can see. I mean, I maybe have like 10 tweets that I've ever posted, but I'm gonna get more into it because I think it's
Great.
important.
And the other question is where can we find you as far as being an acting coach?
You know what? I'd say just reach out to me on social media, because I'll answer that more. Yeah, I don't have a website. My acting coach, Lee Kilton Smith, just has a website right now. So the Actors Gym, my friend and fellow acting coach, David Del Rio, has started this class called the Actors Gym, and now we kind of work together, promoting for each other.
Very
And so if you can find that, you can find me. If you can find me on Facebook or Twitter, that's another way. I don't have a website.
No, but that's good. That's good. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan Trent.
Thank you very much for having
You've been
me.
watching ActorsE Chat on Actors Reporter. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Great. Thank you very
Bye.
much, guys. Have a good one.
What's that? ActorsE Chat show? Happens to be my favorite. In the morning, I want nothing but a cup of coffee, a bottle of Kahlua, 6 naked girls. Wait, no, that's not right. ActorsE Chat show.
Thanks for joining us on ActorsE Chat. Remember to visit ActorsE.com and enjoy all your past ActorsE Chat episodes with celebrity favorites. Look in the search box to find who you're looking for. ActorsE has had over 1,300 entertainment celebrity guests and over 6 million viewers worldwide. Join us every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Thank you for watching ActorsE Chat live from Hollywood. ActorsE Chat is a co-production of Pepper J Productions and Live Video Inc., a Kurt Kelly company. All rights expressly reserved in all formats. Thanks for watching.
Oh my gosh. Hey, big Hollywood starlet that just happens to be walking by. Yes. I'm not from around here, but I want to be an actress just like you. What do I need to know? Kid, Let me tell you, whether you're a seasoned pro or a naive newbie like you, there's one thing you need to know. To get my first job, I lived in a slum, beat out 50 other girls to play a drunk bum.
I cried.
My first agent charged me 30%.
Thanks.
Working 3 jobs and I couldn't pay rent, but I'm an actor.
She's an actor.
A shark gnawed my leg on a beef film in Sydney. To pay for the stitches, I sold my left kidney. I finally made a union, their rules were complex. Their piles of paperwork fogged up my specs. But I'm an actor.
She's an actor.
I'm an actor. Well, that's rather disturbing, but what's the one thing I need to know? Don't listen to the critics. Don't follow all the tabs. Forget that sleazy photog and the agent that's got crabs. Go to Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com. Learn the tricks and the secrets without all the sweat. An info-packed one-stop shop. It's free and on the net. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
How can they help her?
Career cues, union news, makeup woes, advice from pros, insurance tips, choosing scripts, everything at your fingertips. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
I just got a callback.
I'll do it.
Oh, hello. I'm Mary Jo Gruber. Thanks for joining us on ActorsE Live Chat Show. I'm just one of your ActorsE hosts, but as you can see, I'm also the ActorsE Live video editor, which means that I'm here, even when you don't see me. ActorsE is here to chat with you Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Hollywood time, as I like to call it. Our guests include actors, directors, producers, writers, singers, comics, and others that are all in the entertainment industry. You can see previous shows at www.actorsentertainment.com, and be sure to check out our guest index to find your favorite celebrities. See you next time. I'm working.